2026 is right around the corner. And if there's one piece of advice I can give you, it's this: focus on yourself and stay silent. Too often, people feel the need to announce every plan, every goal, and every little step they're taking. They talk about the dream, they share the vision, and they seek approval. But the truth is, talking rarely builds wealth, success, or personal growth. Silence does. When you stay silent, you protect your energy. You avoid unnecessary opinions, distractions, and doubts from people who don't fully understand your journey. Sharing your goals can sometimes bring criticism disguised as advice, or worse, people who try to derail your momentum. The more you talk, the more you invite interference. In contrast, staying quiet allows you to act freely without pressure, without expectation. It creates space for focus, and it lets your results make the statement for you. Focusing on yourself means investing in your skills, your knowledge, and your habits. It means looking at your life honestly and asking, what am I doing every day that moves me closer to my goals? Instead of comparing yourself to others or chasing trends, focus on your own growth. Spend time reading, learning, and sharpening the tools that will make your future self stronger. This isn't just about money, though. Building financial stability is a big part of it. It's about building discipline, resilience, and confidence that lasts a lifetime. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Investment. Motivation comes and goes. It's fleeting, but discipline is quiet, steady, and powerful. It's waking up every day with a plan, following it even when you don't feel like it, and measuring progress along the way. Small, consistent actions compound over months and years. That's how real growth happens. Staying silent doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means channeling your energy toward productive work, letting your routines, habits, best, and results speak louder than your words ever could. Another huge benefit of silence is freedom from comparison. When you keep your journey private, you don't have to measure yourself against others. You don't need validation, applause, investment, or likes to prove your worth. Your progress is yours alone, and it compounds in the background away from the noise. By the time people notice, the results are undeniable. You've created a life that speaks for itself, quietly but powerfully. So in 2026, make this your mantra: focus on yourself, stay silent, let your results do the talking, protect your energy, invest in your growth, stick to your routines, and resist the urge to broadcast every step. Investment. The world rewards those who execute quietly, consistently, and with discipline. Remember, real transformation happens when no one is watching, when effort is consistent, and when actions speak louder than words. Stay quiet, stay focused, and make this year the one where your life changes. Not because you talked about it, but because you built it. Silence is more powerful than most people realize. The instinct to share every plan, every idea, every step of your journey feels natural. You think by talking about it, you're gaining support, validation, or accountability. But the truth is, every time you announce your goals or explain your next move, you expose yourself to distractions, opinions, and sometimes even negativity that you don't need. People may mean well, but their advice can derail you, their skepticism can shake your confidence, and their judgments can slow you down. When you stay silent, you create space to focus solely on execution. The quiet allows your energy to be spent on doing, not explaining. You can invest your time into learning, practicing, and building the skills that actually move the needle. There's no pressure from others, no expectation to impress, no constant need to justify your choices. Instead, every action you take compounds quietly in the background, away from the noise. By the time anyone notices, the results speak for themselves. That's the true power of silence. It lets outcomes tell your story, not your words. And there's something else about staying quiet. It gives you control over your narrative. When you talk too much, you hand over pieces of your story to others. You let their opinions, assumptions, or judgments shape how your journey is perceived. Staying silent keeps the power in your hands. You're free to act, adjust, and grow without interference. Investment. And when the results come, they carry weight because they're undeniable. The bottom line is simple: silence is not weakness, it's strategy. It's a tool that protects your focus, strengthens your actions, investment, and amplifies the impact of your results. Let your work speak and watch how much further you can go when you stop explaining and start executing. Focusing on yourself is the single most important step you can take if you want to grow in 2026. Too many people spend their energy worrying about what others are doing, chasing trends, or trying to impress people who don't matter. That's exhausting, and it rarely leads to real progress. True growth starts from within. And it starts with asking yourself honest questions. Where am I investing my time? What skills am I developing? How am I improving my habits, my mindset, and my financial foundation? When you dedicate yourself to these questions, you're investing in something that compounds over time, your own capability and freedom. Investing in yourself doesn't always look flashy. It might mean reading a book while everyone else scrolls through social media. It might mean building a skill, taking a course, or waking up earlier than usual to work on your personal or financial goals. It might even mean making smarter decisions with money, understanding how to manage it, and planning for long-term stability instead of short-term gratification. Every small step you take to improve yourself adds up. Skills, knowledge, and discipline become your leverage, and leverage is what separates people who stay stagnant from those who create real change. When you focus on yourself, you also build confidence and independence. You stop relying on external validation because you know that your progress is real and measurable. You start to trust the process, your decisions, and your ability to handle challenges. The world can be noisy, but when your energy is directed inward, distractions fade. You're able to make smarter choices, take calculated risks, and grow quietly but steadily. The point is clear: the more you invest in yourself, the more your life shifts in ways that talking, explaining, or seeking approval never could. Focus on building your foundation, and everything else will follow naturally. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation is great when it shows up, but it's fleeting, unpredictable, and often unreliable. Some days you feel inspired, and other days you don't. If you rely on motivation alone, your progress will be inconsistent, and your goals will always feel just out of reach. Discipline, on the other hand, is quiet, steady, and unstoppable. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it, doing the work when no one is watching, and trusting that consistency compounds into real results over time. The real advantage of discipline is that it removes the need for constant external validation. You don't need applause, encouragement, or approval to keep going because you've built a system that carries you forward. It's about creating routines and habits that make your progress inevitable. Waking up early to work on your skills, tracking your finances, meant setting aside time to learn, or sticking to a plan to grow your wealth. These are all small acts of discipline that, when repeated daily, build momentum you can't get from motivation alone. Discipline also teaches patience. You start to understand that results don't always come immediately, but the actions you take consistently will eventually compound. Quietly sticking to your plan allows you to improve without the distractions of comparison or judgment from others. You develop a resilience that keeps you moving forward even when things get tough, and you gain confidence in the process because you know that your effort is real and measurable. At the end of the day, success isn't about how motivated you feel in the moment. It's about how disciplined you are over weeks, months, and years. The quieter and more consistent your effort, the more powerful the results. Discipline creates a momentum that motivation alone could never sustain. Avoiding comparison and judgment is one of the most underrated steps toward real growth. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you invite unnecessary pressure and doubt into your life. Social media, conversations, even casual observations can create the illusion that everyone else is ahead, doing better, investment, or moving faster. But the truth is, most of what you see is just noise. Staying silent shields you from that distraction, allowing you to focus on your own path without interference. Keeping your journey private also gives your work the freedom to compound quietly. When you're not seeking approval or broadcasting every move, you can take the time to experiment, fail, and adjust without fear of judgment. Mistakes stop being embarrassing setbacks and start becoming learning opportunities. You can iterate, refine, and grow on your own timeline. Over time, those small adjustments and consistent efforts add up to results that are undeniable. And because you didn't announce them beforehand, the impact is far greater. Silence in the face of comparison is powerful because it protects your focus. You're not distracted by what others are doing, and you're not reacting to their successes or failures. Instead, you measure progress against your own standards, your own goals, and your own growth. This creates clarity, confidence, and independence. You learn to trust your own judgment, investment, and that trust becomes the foundation for every decision you make. Ultimately, shielding yourself from comparison isn't about arrogance or isolation. It's about giving yourself the space to grow. When you stay quiet, your actions speak louder than any words ever could. You create results that can't be disputed, and those results carry far more weight than anything you could have explained or announced. Let your life reflect your effort, and let the world see the outcomes when the time is right.